Fall Investigations here, live from the depths of Mexico, bringing you yet another report. Today we have here a local pink-haired anime girl currently experiencing a panic attack after having made eye contact with another living, breathing being. Today I'll be disclosing my investigation about the anime that seemed to have caught the hearts of many lonely, thirsty weebs around the neighborhood. Oh shit! But first, due to the similar unoriginal human mind we all seem to share, let me be the 1000th person to tell you that Bocchi The Rock is a modern-day K-on masterpiece. Set in the mystical world of Nippon, which is recently populated with migrating wildlife such as a form of creature known as the YouTubers, Bocchi The Rock is your typical all-female cast, slice-of-life anime with a large slice of Mo, and an absence of man in the world, or should I say, replaced by clones of Slenderman. Somebody should call the SCP Foundation, not for the faceless monsters in the world, but to prevent this girl from overdosing from the act of social interactions just because she entered a convenience store and was greeted by the cashier at the front. Seriously, this is not normal. She's been breakdancing on the ground for over an hour now. In this show, we follow the story of these 4 girls in a band called Keisoku Band. Meet Goto Hitori, more commonly known as Bocchi, the guitarist of the band and more importantly the relatable introverted main character who is too shy to interact with her own classmates. If there ever was going to be a world crisis, you can bet your smooth ass that she is ensuring the world goes down with her and her boundless collection of cringe moments. The drummer Ichichi Nijika, the linchpin of the band and the calm and cheerful one who keeps everyone together and Bocchi from ending it all. The bassist and extortionist Yamada Ryo, who abuses the concept of peer pressure to force Bocchi into debt. The vocalist of the band and also the show's main antagonist, Kita Ikuyo, who is a slave to social norms due to being the big E word. Oh shit. Then you have this one, who is actually the most relatable character, relying on alcoholism to forget about past mistakes and the uncertain future. However, with the consumption of more alcohol, she inadvertently causes more trouble to the people around her, which then makes her drink more, forcing her into a vicious cycle that will only get worse and worse until the day she finally finds peace. Finally, the quintessential tsundere. Oh yeah, there's also PA-san and Jimi Hendrix. Bocchi The Rock originates from a 4-koma manga written and drawn by Hamaji Aki. Her inspiration for the manga comes from her love of listening to Japanese rock bands, especially that of Asian Kung Fu, which in turn made her pick up the bass and drums. Her love for that very band gave birth to the characters we know now in the show, each member of Asian Kung Fu referencing that of their counterpart role in the show. The drummer having the buoyant characteristic, while the bassist is more of a mysterious type. You know the artist has great taste when she picks Yamada as best girl. The anime's opening is written by Ai Higuchi, who also made a deal with the devil to create the ending soundtrack for Attack on Hideo Kojima, the final part 14. I would say there is a vast difference in the theme of Bocchi The Rock and Attack on Titan. But high school girls scare me as much as Titans nowadays anyway. There is an astonishing number of soundtracks for the anime, each composed by different artists, one of the more notable ones being Mango Tanigo from Kanabun, who did the very famous song Silhouette from the hit anime Boruto: The Before Edition. In a way, I understand Bocchi's fear of social interaction because I too fear interacting with the IRS who have been knocking on my door for quite a while now. If there is a way to visualize the mind of an introvert, the animators can probably cure cancer as well. They must have taken a lifetime supply of crack to be able to animate how it looks like to talk on the phone. In a sense, Bocchi is very similar to Eren Yeager, being that in their own respective shows they are both the protagonist and antagonist at the same time, the biggest threat to Bocchi being herself. Just like Albert Einstein said, energy can only be converted from one state to another. And with how much spastic energy Bocchi has, she might be able to power an entire city by herself. In the show, we see Bocchi's mannerisms, personal solutions to problems, and her internal thought process. how her introverted nature prevents her from making friends and becoming the lowest food chain in her very own household, how lucky she is to meet the people that she does. Meeting Nijika got her into a band and allowed her to pop the secluded bubble she was always in. Meeting Ikuyo raises that shattered confidence of hers, especially when she gets praised for her guitar playing skills. Meeting Kikuri taught her to love her own performance and not to worry about what other people think. Constantly in the show, you see Bocchi get invited or thrown into situations outside of her own comfort zone, forcing her out of her own shell to make herself better as a person. Even though it doesn't seem like much development, Bocchi does in fact start voicing out her own thoughts, something she has always kept inside her when interacting with people in general, like not being able to say no in certain situations. The show's primary goal is not to make fun of introverted people, but to show how a little push can help them grow as a person. Around the same realm as Bocchi The Rock, Watamote tackles introversion and social anxiety as one of its main topics. Both shows throw the main character into situations they find themselves uncomfortable with, but through experience they gradually learn to become more socially adept. When you think of a rock band, you wouldn't think of these girls. You would think of these girls instead. Instead of hard drugs and hookers, these girls instead experiment with the highs of societal life. Because just like life, this show makes sure you're well fed and healthy before kicking you down to the ground and breaking your shins. Like most motivations, it comes from a sudden realization of wanting to achieve something, such as watching an amazing rock band play their hearts out and finding an inner interest in playing an instrument. In Bocchi's case, it's watching the interview of said member of the rock band instead. But motivation does come in different shapes and sizes, especially for a certain chainsaw guy. Whether it be the characteristics they hold or circumstances in life, the characters are so diverse in personality and interests. Yet every single one of them has their own reason to love rock music and their drive to play together in a band. For now, Bocchi The Rock sprinkles a little drama when it comes to individual or internal issues within the band, and I'm not talking about just the show, but what comes after this first season. The common theme of the show is exploring the ties that the club members have, but it becomes quickly apparent that for the most part, they lack some pieces that truly makes them the perfect band. Not meeting their own standards or having selfish goals are topics that circulate throughout the show. It's easy to look at an amazing dream and desire it, but it's a whole different story to see the journey out, the pain and struggles, the thoughts and emotions, the decisions and commitments, and the outcome of it all. For our girls, these are what they have and will face as a band, and how the show Bocchi The Rock have and will present to us the storytelling of their delve down the path of a rock band. Compared to many other moe blog mediums, Bocchi The Rock shares its focus on adorable wholesome moments, and adopts a more serious tone when it truly matters, which shows the relatable human side of these otherwise perfectly, in terms of characteristics, written characters. Truthfully, there isn't much unique selling points to Bocchi The Rock, and if you dislike slice of life anime, it may just look like another generic one to add to the back of the list. However, the show manages to get you invested in these characters almost immediately and further continues to show their development as the show progresses. The small conversational exchanges, the way they react to each other's behavior, how they learn and adapt from unfamiliar grounds, you can't help but want to see more and even root for these characters. There are so many moments where they capture the emotions the characters feel, or even an entire backstory without words to explain the situation directly. With how much love and attention the show has garnered from all these short clips of Bocchi self-destructing that you probably clicked on this video report after watching one, Nico Nico, the Japanese video site, has also been booming with high quality Bocchi The Rock shitposts that I didn't think was possible. Personally, I suggest continuing the series and reading the manga beyond the anime. Though little and short at the moment, it still packs a punch to your sweet tooth and your feels. Kinda like Kevin Hart. This has been Fall, reporting live from Mexico. Oh, and I see that 5 of you have subscribed to the Fall Investigations news report. Thanks, Mom, and good night.
He's gotta be in here somewhere.
Rock on, and peace out.